Financial disclaimer. The information provided in this stream is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional financial or investment advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the content presented here is based on our personal opinions and experiences. Investing in stocks and other financial instruments involves risk, including the potential loss of capital. Any investment decisions you make are solely your own responsibility, and you should conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial professional before making any investment choices. The content we share on this stream may not be accurate, complete, or up to date. Market conditions and financial regulations can change rapidly, and we cannot guarantee the accuracy or reliability of the information presented. We do not endorse or promote any specific stocks, companies, or investment strategies. Any actions you take based on the content of this stream are at your own risk, and we will not be held liable for any losses or damages that may occur as a result. Always remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and no investment is guaranteed to be profitable. Make informed decisions and consider your risk tolerance before investing any funds. By accessing and using this stream, you acknowledge and agree that we are not responsible for any investment decisions you make as a result of the content presented. You are encouraged to seek advice from qualified financial professionals for personalized guidance. Please invest responsibly, and only with money you can afford to lose.
Hey man, just found the next guaranteed multi-bagger.
Hey man, you found another one? What is it this time?
Come check this out.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Laughing Stock. Today I'm solo, I'm doing this one alone. It's gonna be a bit different then. But I'm thinking just go quickly through what I have seen this week, and also I think I did it last time I was doing a solo stream as well. Just go through how I screen and how I use the AI I have been talking about, because that's how I screen now. So I thought I could use the opportunity to show everyone that process, because last time I did it, I remember I complained about that it was a bit time consuming and less efficient than what I think it is now. I have tried to make some changes to like how I show things today, so you have to let me know if anything is like bad sound or quality or anything, because it's the first time I will test it. But yeah, that's roughly the plan for the stream. But I saw we have some people already in here. Hey Value and hey Kevin. Good to see you in here, guys. I hope you've had an amazing week. It was actually a really good week for me with the stocks, believe it or not. I got into a few good names on these 2 days here when we were, you know, bouncing up a little bit again. But then, of course, I gave a little bit back on the last 2 days, and in hindsight, I should probably not have done as much as I did on Thursday and Wednesday. If you see here, I find this fascinating many times. Like, if you just draw like a classic trend line to mark like the peaks, you can see I was expecting it to come up, and if it bounced its head here, didn't have a follow through, I thought it would go down again, which is what it did, which is why I said also it was a bit stupid to me to take a few things there, but some things did look good. And, you know, especially on Wednesday, it finds some support on the moving averages here. And then you see a few setups that does look good. Yeah, I'm a bit more careful, and as usual, I have the tight stop losses in place. But it's just like it's sometimes hard to not take something there, you know, when it doesn't break through the moving averages until the next day. But then I got quickly out on Thursday of things. I'm still now in 2 names, Dave and Hims. We'll talk a little bit about Dave on the stream today, because I think Dave looks very good so far. Been my best trade so far, I think, for the year. So it shows up just really good relative strength. But first, I see some comments here. I hope your week has gone well. This is from Value. I've had some good trades this week. Nice, Value. I'm keen to see how you use the AI. Okay, yeah, cool. I will try to show it as best as I can. I will go into it very quickly. Oh yeah, and Kevin say it has been raining here in Florida every day. It has been in the 90s, so humid. I assume. If Norway wins against Brazil, which I think they will play in Miami, Kevin. So probably against England. So I'm very keen to see how that goes. But probably gonna rain then, huh? It's a big task to beat Brazil, though, but I think we will win. All right, so the first one I'm still in, like I said, it was Dave. I took it down here on this day on a pullback. I think I mentioned it on stream a couple of times. I don't remember precisely, but I think it was somewhere here. So I'm up almost like 50% on it, and I haven't trimmed this one so much. And the reason is through my studies and the things I'm looking at, I'm using to calculate how extended something are. I'm using this ATR percentage above the 50-day moving average. And the number I'm just looking at, for me, if something is extended, if it hits like 7, 8, 9, then it is extended on the daily. And that's one of the first things I look for to take something off. It can be other things as well, but that's one of the things that I look to trim. But Dave, already I'm 50% up on it, and it hasn't reached that level yet. I wouldn't buy it here because now it is extended. I don't go into anything that is much more than 4 in this number. So right now I wouldn't go into Dave here. But I went into when it was not extended, And then if you look at the weekly as well, by the way, if you zoom out, the weekly breakout has just started on Dave. So if it continues, I assume it can go a bit higher. And like I said, it shows extreme relative strength right now. But on the weekly, like the extended number in my studies and what I have seen is like when this reached 27 and upwards, I'm a little bit careful. If it is like 27 on the weekly, but below 4 on the daily, I can still enter it, but I am aware of it in the back of my head. And I'm probably going to trim it a bit faster. And also, if there's something that is not so extended that looks promising as well, I'm probably going to prioritize that one instead of something that is a bit extended on the weekly as well. But Dave is far from that number. It says 13 here right now, so it's not extended whatsoever. But that doesn't mean that it will continue to go up. It just means that the potential is there, and I'm not trimming yet. I have taken some parts off, but for the rest, I think I'm just gonna trail this 9 EMA that I'm using. So that's a good one that I have managed to be in now. And then I just need to monitor the stream. So last weeks I've had some issues, so let me know if something is not working, please. Then I took HIMS on this day, I think it was. And I also took this on a pullback. So that has gone really well for me. It came down back a little bit on Thursday, but it performed really good on Wednesday. So here also I am not trimmed yet because I've only held it for like 3 days. But I have raised the stop to break even and then some. So this is going to be a. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't trim. I have not trimmed here yet. But I'm looking to trim if it continues to go, But I have protected the downside by raising the stop to a profitable level. So if it stops me out, this is still a profitable trade. So these two are the 2 positions that I'm in right now. And the only one that stock, I was in Fuel Cell. I got a really good gain on Fuel Cell. I did take it on the breakout here in the morning. So I managed to get in on a really good level on fuel cell, and I trimmed on the same day, and then I trimmed a little bit on the next day, and then I kept the rest, and I got stopped out here on Thursday. I think fuel cell has some violent moves in it still, but I'm out of it right now. That ended up being a good trade for me as well. Same with MXL. I'm quickly going through these now. Like MXL, I took it on the breakout here. MXL, I think if you go back here, like if you look at it here, I think it looks really good. Explosive move, strong base, on the way up again, and then it does break out on the next one. You know, this is where I took it. And then unfortunately it delivered here. I trimmed some here, so it was a good trade, but it could have been better because it reversed and it just plummeted down on Thursday together with the group. If you look at the semiconductor group, they are all a bit weak right now. So that's not what I wanted to see in MXL, but I managed to get a little bit of a gain on it. Then I took DELL on a pullback here. Here, and I trimmed here, and then I got stopped here on Thursday as well. So slightly profitable, but not a lot. And then I tried Intel, same reasoning on a pullback here. It worked good, but then I didn't trim and I got stopped out on my stop loss. So, I think I got stopped the same day on Intel. That's how it was. This was just a loss for me straight away. So that's one I tried together with the NAVN, which of course later worked out. It seems like right now at least. But I got stopped on it on this day, I think. And then I've been tracking also ADEA, which I think also looks pretty good. Hold on. Is this? Yeah, this is the one. But it just, like with a lot of things on Thursday, just fell apart on Thursday, you know. So I got stopped a little bit. NUAI is one I have found. It's a little bit thin, just like 50 million in average dollar volume. But look at this base. I don't know the history of the stock, but I think this is it. Like just a big move up, explosive move up, moving sideways for quite some time. We look at the weekly, it starts to look good, right? But then also it had a couple of bad days together with the market. And I was a bit tempting to buy here on Wednesday on a pullback into the 50 EMA together with the anchored VWAP. You see, it did find... My thinking was that it could find some support here, but then I started to look, has it respected the 50 EMA throughout the move? And no, it has not. To me, it seems like it respects this 150 EMA more. So every time it hits it, bounces off it, up again, then down, a little bit further, bounces off. So I was thinking also this candle right here, it finished strong, you know, towards the bottom, which is not what you want to see in a pullback. You want it to reverse the move, you know. But it closes at the very low of the day, which was also part of me that like I'm not going to take this one. And then surely enough, the next day, it seems like it's going toward that 150 EMA again, which here, down here, I would be interested to try to find it on a pullback buy, because if it continues to move within the base and up towards the high side of the base, that's already a big gain here, as you can see, like 40% move. So yeah, just my thinking, but it does look like it's respecting the 150 EMA quite a bit here, you know. So that was a nice name that I discovered. I also saw Roblox was moving up pretty strong, and I thought, because I've seen a lot of stocks, they if you get into them in an upwards move and you just use the low of the day for the day you enter as the stop, you are going to be successful in a lot of these. But that wouldn't have worked for Roblox. But I added it on Wednesday to see if that's something that I could track. It did go down and pull back a little bit, so I'm going to keep it on the list. But right now I'm not so interested in like how it looks right now. I think I see value. Value says I got into PanW. Oh, nice. This week, you mean value, or? I assume you took it here on Monday. That's a clear breakout. Look at this. If you go back here, you can just draw the line here like this. Something like this. Clear breakout, right? And then it has just kept going. So I assume that has been a nice trade for you, value. Good stuff. This looks strong. Volume coming in too. This one, for some reason, I don't have it on the list. So, because it's a lower ADR stock in what I measure. So that's why I don't find it in the screens. But it doesn't mean that it's not a good stock to be in. Notex, are you back in Notex? Oh, look at this one. So value is talking about, like, if you look at it from here, perfect, right? It's really tight up here. You can do something like this, and then you see, boom, a clear breakout. So that's what you want to see, and it comes from volume as well. The only thing here is, like, there's obviously, if you zoom out, actually value, this is a good base. This is a really good base. You just do like something like this, and now it's even reaching out of that one. So strong move. Let's see if it can continue. That's a really good trade. Congrats on that. How did that look? Look on the weekly, looks amazing, right? I didn't pay attention to Notex. Damn it. Yeah, good trade value. And Alto, I saw Justin tweeted about them again. Stupid Alto. It's now on 556. Don't remind me of Alto value. All I'm saying is, one day I'm gonna get my money back here. I have not been able to swing trade this one yet, but it's gonna happen. About a week back, took some EPs as well on ASTS and BLZE. Still in these. And a few other hit stops on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday was an ugly day. I had moved stops to break even. Nice value. Seems like a good day then. I mean, a good week for you. I've learned that low ADR doesn't matter much for me anymore. If a real strong stock moves up and consolidates and makes small candles for 4 weeks, it's only going to have a low ADR but can explode. That's very true. So if you screen for ADR and you look for certain ADR measurements, that doesn't mean that ADR is not going to grow. You know, that number is not going to grow. So that is a very good point. And I've seen stocks quickly going from like below a 4 ADR to above 6 in a matter of a week. So that can happen really quick. So that is a good point. It's just for me and what I screen for, I think I have the threshold now for needs to be above 5 So that's all. But yeah, it is a very valid point that. So yeah, but it seems like a good week for you. I actually reached my all-time high this week. I gave some back on Thursday, so I'm not at my all-time high anymore. But on Wednesday, on Tuesday, I reached my all-time high, and I'm still pretty happy with my. I think I'm around 13% now, which is amazing compared to last year for me. But I'm fully aware that the year is not over, so I don't really. Of course I care about it, but I don't think about it too much right now. Like I said on last stream, I started to just think about the process, and hopefully the results will just come. But I'm gonna. I want to celebrate like small wins throughout the year, because we work hard on this, so it is nice to see things work at sometimes as well. But I'm just gonna, at the end of the year, I'm gonna sum up everything and see where I am. That's my mindset. I've been watching a lot of Pradeep's methods and integrating a lot of his style now as well, trying to establish my own style. That's good value. That's the way to go. And Pradeep, he just look at how many people have followed him and become successful. So obviously you should listen to stuff that he says, right? But the trick is the last part you put there is to implement it into your own style. And I think we spoke about that on last stream. Like that can only come through a lot of testing and failing, and then adjusting according to the data you gather on your own trades. And then you will start to see and figure out your own style. Pradeep, excellent trader, right? So the guy who Kulamagi refers to as the most influential person, along with Dan Sanger, I think you should listen to them. All right. I can go through a little bit of a few stocks later, but I just want to get through the screening process for me, because it does take a little bit of time, so I can speak a little bit as we are doing it. But I just want to get through it, so I'm just going to switch over to that now. And you can stop me if there's some questions or something you want to know, or if it's something you feel is stupid or whatever, just let me know and I will try to explain my thinking behind creating it like that. I'm going to switch on now. It is a little bit different, the screen. This is my AI. I call it Link. And Link changes the color based on like the indicator that I have here. So it just follows these color schemes that are according to the moving averages. So right now it's orange, and that just means like the 9 EMA and the 21 EMA is sloping downwards. So then it goes to orange, and if like the 9 EMA is below the 21, it goes to red. And if they all point upwards like it did here, it goes to green. So it's just like a visual representation of what kind of market environment we are in. And I think this week, it was all the colors. It was all the colors in the same week. So I just press it here and I open it up. And then the first thing I have to do is I have to update my Y sheet. So I have a button for that. And I just press like here, the Y sheet button. And then it just starts. Hold on. It has like this. It creates like this window. And here is my entire database. And right now it functions like an agent, So what it will do is it will find the cells where my codes are, and it will just cut out the code and then paste it back in again and monitor the cells if they have updated or not. And this process, through updating the sheet and how Link does it, I managed to get it from like half an hour time to, I think, if everything works smoothly, it takes like 5 minutes. So that's the first thing I have to do, and I just have to wait for that to go through, and then it will start to create my my scanning lists, which is like the 1 month, the 3 month, the 6 month, and the 5 day strongest movers. And that is also just a push of a button. But right now we just have to wait till Link is finished here, so we can go back to the stocks for a little bit. But it was interesting to see like the QQQ kind of perfectly follows the range that it's building, you know. I still think this day on Tuesday here is the low of the base, but let's see. I can of course be wrong, but it seems to be like a candle that catches your eye, right? And something that it hit the 50 EMA almost perfectly, and it comes back up again, and then the next day is even down, but it doesn't even come close to there. So, you know, in the last 2 sessions after it hit its head in this line up here, the QQQ went down at the max almost like 4%, and it landed at a bit above 3. Just going back to Dave, in those 2 same days, you know, Dave was up at the max 8% and landed on almost 4%. So that's pretty good relative strength, right? So that's something you also... I have an indicator on that shows the relative strength, but sometimes you don't see it on my chart because it's a little bit lower here. I don't want to make that one mess up my view. But and everything I care about really is this score here, but I also have the graph on. So it just shows you that it has some pretty good relative strength right now. If you look at a stock like FCEL, and you look at that spike up in relative strength. Oh, sorry, you can't see this. Here. The spike up in relative strength here. Of course, it came down again, but it just, in those days where the market struggled a bit, or I guess it dropped on those 2 days and it came back up, but it just outperformed by a mile, you know, in terms of the move. And I guess that's where the higher ADR stuff comes into play. Values like this one went in 3 days, I think. If you take it from the low of this candle here and to the top, it went like it doubled in 3 sessions, which is quite remarkable. Okay, so how is Link doing? It seems like it's doing well. It's a big database. It's like 9,000 stocks. So it's a lot of it's a lot of data power right now that is being used to update everything, you know. So if something turns out a bit slow, let me know. My computer should handle it, but all right. Yeah, just let me know if there's some comments while we are waiting here. I was planning when I have the screens ready, I will go through all the groups. So I'm gonna wait till I have the screens ready, because then I'm gonna add things and clean up the groups in my list here. But this was my focus on Thursday, and I got into open, another one that is like building this massive base, right? Let me know if you can't see because of the window. Yeah, just a crazy long base. It needs like a powerful catalyst, but what I saw now that caught my eye was the volume coming in here in the last days, and then it did break out, and I took it and I got stopped, which was a bit annoying because I managed to get a 30% position into it. So I hope that it would, of course, continue to go up. I think it would just suffered from the general market because it wasn't down that much on Thursday. After all, oh, here, Link is finished. then I will go down to the next process, which is like just update my own trades, like my data. I'm just gonna do that. What it basically does is like it just register in and creates its own database of my trades for the week, and it register the losers. This button focuses on the losers because I want Link to learn how a losing trade really looks like, so it can try to spot in the future when I ask it for some help to analyze something, that it can recognize in the future, oh, this looks awfully similar to one of your losses. And then what it does is like it also monitor the move in the next month after I took it, to see if it was really a loss or if it was bad timing on my part. For me, that doesn't matter, but in terms of learning and the setup, there's a big difference of something that breaks down and something you timed wrong that worked out, you know. So that was it. And then is the scan button. So if I open that up, I can choose which kind of scans I want. I want to add, as I go, I want to add more here. But now I'm just going to do 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 5 days. This is going to take a little bit of time. So now I'm just going to leave it there and go back to open here. Because if you look at all the time frames on open, it looks pretty interesting. And it is close to breaking out now. So this is still a stock where if Monday comes and this is breaking out, I'm going to try it again, because this is something I want to be in when it starts to move. If you look at it in the past, these big moves, it's like we're talking almost 2000% from the low to the high. You're never going to catch that all, but it just shows that this stock can move when it starts to move, you know. And right now it shows relative strength. The moving averages are not in orderly line, so I guess you can argue it's not in stage 2 here, but relative strength of 99 and just the general setup, then I'm going to ignore these technical bits about how it is not in a stage 2 and all that stuff, because almost like you said, Value, if it does break out, this is going to quickly grow into a stage 2 trend, you know. So I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried that it can run without me like IBRX did. IBRX, quite similar in many ways, you know. Big base, been tracking it for ages. We have talked about it on the stream. And then because the market environment was so negative and I had put my foot off the pedal a little bit, I didn't buy it here. I did see it, but I just said no, because IBRX has a tend to come up and then come back down again. I've been burnt a few times by doing that. And I thought, the market environment is not favorable. It's just going to pull back again the next day. But then the opposite happened. And now I'm out of it. It has gone up 23, let's say 25% then. However, when you see a long base like this, sometimes you get another chance if you just monitor it and you wait for a pullback into the 9 EMA. If IBRX does that, I'm going to try to take it again if the rest of the things I'm watching is within my parameters, you know. How did you build Link? Is it based on a public AI? No, I've spent some time on it, Value. I have used both ChatGPT and what do you call it, Gemini, to help me. It uses a Gemini engine. So, you know, I have a chat bar here, so I can chat with it and I can ask it whatever questions, and it helps me. And I've modified like the personality and how efficient it is and all that stuff. So it gives me some good answers, I think. But I'm not using it so much to that. I'm moving now more over to like more agentic services, like I'm just showing you now for the screenings and stuff. I think that will be where the true benefit for me is. Oh, it's finished now. Let me just finish my answer then. So it uses a Gemini engine, but these are purely my ideas that I have got ChatGPT and Gemini to help me code, and it's not, I'm not based it on anything. It's just based on my needs and my thoughts on what I need to be more efficient and to have a personal AI to help me a little bit in terms of eliminating noise. That's my main idea with Link, to eliminate noise and to help me focus on the truly good setups. So far, I don't know if it will do it, but it has helped me so far to be more efficient in the way I do things. And right now, I'm working on something huge for Link, which is like a study mode, like a research mode that I can click. And right now, from what I can say, it looks very promising. So the idea is I can do it two ways. I can open the research mode and go back to historical charts and just press a button, and I have to mark with this green line here to make Link realize the date, because the date shows up down here and it uses that. So then I can do that on historical studies, and Link will give me it will go into the internet and pull out information like news articles or SEC filings or whatever, to see what fueled the move on any stocks, and it will monitor those and track them in a own database that it will use itself to learn for the future, and also that I can manually go through and look at later. That's one way I can do it, and the other way is I can do it in bulk. Like I can ask ChatGPT to find like 200 stocks that moved 100% or more in a short period of time, and what dates they did it, and it will give me like the Excel file, and I cannot just upload it into that research mode in Link and click a button, and it will spend maybe 2-3 hours, and then it will just build that database. And let's say out of 200 stocks, it will probably find 30, which is a low number. I'm not too happy with it, but the reason that it is a low number is that those 30 are quality setups. Those are quality, like those are for sure 100%. The information that Link managed to receive is 100% sure. So out of those 200, let's say 30 is monitored in the database that I can use. That like, okay, this is what exactly caused these kind of moves. So that's my idea on the next level now for Link, and I'm really excited about it. And but those things do cost me money. Every time I search, it's just a few cents, on each individual search. But when you do them in bulks, let's say I do it on 1,000 stocks, that is probably going to cost me a little bit less than $100, which I think to get a database with, let's say, I don't know, let's say 100 good setups, then 200 good setups, and I pay $100 for it. That's something I personally can live with that. But that part of Link is not fully ready yet, so it's something I really work hard on to implement now. Anyways, now it has created the list. So now all I can do, I'm going to switch over to this mode again. So you're not going to see Link right now because now it's not, I don't need it. So I'm just gonna go and upload the lists, which it automatically gives me here. And I'm gonna start with the 1 month, and then here they are. And this is of course based on my Y-sheet database, which is why I needed to update that first to get the numbers, because then I have set it to some things that it looks for, you know. ADR is one of them, and then it pulls out these strongest moving stocks in the last month. And of course, when you do this every day, you see the same type of stocks almost every day, but every now and then you can find something that you keep on adding. Moderna looks fantastic here, right? Together with the whole bio thing. Another example of a big base, a breakout, and look here, this is what is talked about with IBRX. You get a long base, you get the breakout, a pullback to the 9 EMA perfectly, and then it goes again. So that's something you can monitor on maybe IBRX if that's going to happen. And then I just quickly go through these, you know. Sometimes I don't remember if they are on my lists already. Here's Dave. Another one. Also bio. SOC, that was the oil one, right? Look at how it has plummeted down. This would be interesting to look at there with a deep value lens, probably. IMS was here now. IMS, I think, looks good. Hood looks strong. It did pull back on Thursday, but Thursday was a tough day. Oh, RXT, I think I forgot to mention RXT. RXT was also a stock I tried this week. I really liked it both here and here. And I tried it both days. And then the next Thursday it got hammered again. But RXT is still within the base. I just hope, because it got so tight here, I hoped it would break out. It did the opposite. So now I have to wait and see. It's less attractive right now, but that can turn around very quickly. Here, IBRX. Good one. Stub. Yeah, Stub is already. NAVN was another one I tried. MXL, like I told you. Keep in mind, like, this is just a screen. So now I'm just gonna go to the 3 month. I didn't add anything from the 1 month here. And the 3 months and 6 months, usually I do them much faster, because I see a lot of the same names in the 1 month. But there are actually a few that are not in the 1 month that shows up in the 3 month and the 6 month. So it's worth taking the time to look at everything. Like these ones, they didn't show up in the 1 month, right? But we all know them from before. So these, I'm just remember that I know I have a lot of these on my list already. So usually I go through them a lot quicker. And then I go through the actual list later, and then I pick the ones that looks good into the daily watch list. Hot was another one I tried. I was happy that I got stopped on it, actually, for a break even or whatever it was. Because as soon as I entered it, I looked at the group, and the group just showed like such weakness, I think. So I did not want to. I was actually happy when I got stopped on that hot. That was a mistake trade by me. a lot of things are have started to break down a little bit. Now it's the 6 month. This one is even quicker because you know, a lot of these names, you just saw them. And also I have them on the list from before. And then I do the 5-day in the end. Maybe I should add AVAV. And the reason, because it's not that I think that it looks strong here, but it can be the start of a move, right? And I have added a few of these in this group back into my watch list, which also tells me something. Is the aerospace and defense group starting to move again? Because they were very strong in the beginning of 2026. So there are definitely potential there. So if this breaks up above the 150 EMA, which is the red line here, it starts to get interested again. So I'm just going to keep it and see what it does. Here was another one that I already added that did that exact thing, right? It came up through the 150 moving average. And then if you use the low of the day, like I told you before, like I was hoping that Roblox would do, if you use the low of the day on each of these, you're not getting stopped out. So this is a big move already in just a few days. Big. Relatively new one. Maybe I should add it on my IPOs. I don't know if it is, but I'm gonna check it later. And then apps. Yeah, so I didn't get to add so many tickers on this run. It was just AVAV, and I already have the group marked here. So I'm just going to place it in aerospace and defense. Now I'm going to go through everything. Look, aerospace and defense has been growing in the last 2 weeks or something. It does not look good here, but it's something that helps me understand the market environment, I think. So yeah, that was it. Let me just go back to Link real quick to finish like the process here, because if now I had already marked AVAV, one I didn't mark was FIG, right? And FIG I didn't mark from before. So what I can do now is to press the scout button here, and then comes up our own window that is based on my lists that I just got from Link. And then it gives me all kinds of information about each stock in that list, like which other list it overlaps with, which group is it in. It can give me like social sentiment. It can drag out like the latest SEC filings, like news. It shows me short interest. It shows me just heaps of things that I've been adding together. And I have a menu button up here that I can also push to get updated information about all stocks. But what I used a lot of time to manually mark all of the stocks with the group. Oh, sorry. With the group that it is in. You don't see it in this, but here you see it, like the group here, right? I've spent like so long to mark all these. I have to do it manually, but now with my system and Link, I can just search for FIG up here, and then it comes here the group, right? So I can just press this button and then go to the chart and then paste it in, anchor it, and place it. So that alone is just like saving me so much time. So I'm just I keep thinking of things that AI can help you with in terms of everything you do with stocks, you know. All right, back to the process. Now I go through this entire list, which is of around 170 stocks, and then I just go through the charts, and I move the ones that I think look good for Monday into my daily watch list, and that's going to be my focus area. And I don't want too many stocks on my daily watch list. So I'm trying to be picky here. A few of these biotechs looks pretty good, but also a bit extended. This is why I don't add them now. Look at this candle. It did pull back pretty good though. And also, every time I do this, I delete things that I don't like, right? Biotech group is strong. It has grown like crazy in the last... Oh, that's another thing I didn't show you, but here in link, in these scan results, in the top here, you can see like the amount of stocks in each group that came up in my lists, my scans. So I'm just having to check the stream. It says like it's not good, but it looks like it works. So, all right. Yeah. So in top of here, you see the number of stocks in each group. That just also that alone can tell me like, okay, all of a sudden there was from like very few biotech stocks till 24, which is the top group right now. So that information alone can just tell me where I should focus the most. Right now, a lot of them are extending. It's hard to get into them, but it wasn't when I showed you with IBRX, and SLS was another one, right? That you could have taken with that information. I just decided to not do it because of the market environment, the general market environment. But that was my fault. I had the information. So it's just, it's fantastic, I think. Look here, Cypher I'm going to delete because it has this ugly candle below the 50 EMA. Then you're not on the list anymore. That's why I said I was glad I was stopped on hot, because I noticed that straight after I took it, like these looks weak. And now they have to prove to me again if they can come back into the lists. But right now I'm deleting all of them. I don't want them there. They look weak, and a lot of them will probably look a bit weak now, which is okay. But then I expect them, if they come up with a strong move again, they show up in my scans, you know, and they are easily added back on. But I want to try to you know, have as few stocks on these lists because I'm looking for the quality. But right now, like the actual setups, I don't see many so far. But let's finish though. I'm deleting a lot today. That doesn't happen so much. I've deleted a lot already. So that also tells me something, right? Number one, I don't find so many setups when I go through these now. And number two, I've started to delete a lot of things. Reddit, I missed Reddit. I was on it and I missed this move here. I was gonna buy it, but I couldn't afford it. I was fully invested at the time, or more or less, I think. So exactly at the time, that was before I started to get stopped on a few positions. So exactly in this time, I was I didn't have too much funding. So I could only afford, like, I wasn't happy with the position size. So I tried to focus somewhere else. Could be a big mistake. Pump another one. Look, if you go from this candle at least, or this candle, like if you just use the low of the day as a stop, you are still in this on any day. It's open, it's on the list, right? Open is a setup. MGM, I guess, but I'm not a big fan of this, how it looks like. And I'm going to be careful with the CME group because they look a little bit crazy right now. I'm not the biggest fan here. Simo looks decent, but like I said, in that group, I'm going to be hesitant. I'm going to put them on, but probably not going to take them. ARM, I love ARM. I will never erase ARM. I love it. My favorite stock. Yeah, a lot of these have just plummeted down and are not. Like, this group has shrinked a lot now. Dave, of course, amazing. These software groups are probably somewhere, some that I think looks more interesting. Because they show a lot of relative strength, I think, a lot of these names. This one I have on the list. I'm going to put RXT back on just to monitor it. Yeah, and that is the process of how I create the list. Then I have to delete like the ones that I'm not happy with here in the daily. And that's how I create my daily watch lists. And then I tend to use like maybe the ones I'm most interested about. I put them on the top. But right now, to be honest, I'm only interested in maybe RXT if RXT does something crazy tomorrow, or I mean on Monday, and open. The rest one here, I need to see something, you know. But the list is relatively small, and it's just a lack of setups. And I'm not surprised. Well, right now, if you draw the line, like a general line here, it has kind of touched there, so maybe we'll come up again for Monday, you know, and hopefully we can repeat the amazing week I've had. But something we need to see. And if that happens, if the pre-market is like up a lot, it doesn't change my list. My list will stay the same because the other ones, they need to show me a lot more to be interesting. But I think it's exciting to see aerospace and defense coming back a little bit. So I'm going to keep on a close eye on some from this group. But right now, this is going to be my watch list for Monday. So yeah, that is my process in terms of screening, and also in terms of how how Link are and how Link has helped me. And then throughout the session, the actual session, I have a few buttons here. Like if I press add to tracker, it just takes like a screenshot and pull out some data that I focus on, and it copy it so I can just paste it into my sheet. So I don't need to do every single step manually, but I still need to do a lot manually, but it just saves me in the heat of the moment. It saves me time, So that's a feature that I love. It can also do like a scan. I'm not too happy with that function yet. I need to improve it. So I'm gonna do that at some point. But I can, in a session, I can just press the button here, scan, and it scans the chart, and it just gives me the group it is in, how that group has performed together versus the QQQ. It checks like my losses, if it looks similar to any of the losses. It reminds me of my current performance. It tells me if it's like an inside day, how much above it is on all the moving averages, and just like general information about insiders buys or sells, and heaps of things. But I need it to be a bit more accurate. So all this is just in the test phase still, but except for what I just did, those things work pretty well. So yeah, that's kind of where, and I have this also. I figured out that it has stopped working, so I need to figure it out. But the idea is cool. I think I can press this theme tracker, and then if I press this button, I'm not going to do it now because it takes a long time. It takes like 5 minutes to get everything done. But it basically just goes through my trading view lists, and it pulls out like the charts that moves together. It's like a chart theme. And then it groups them together, and it just gives me a few sentences of what makes these move together. So for example, and it tries to give it like a smart name based on what they do, and it tries to be very specific. So here, for example, like advanced packaging ramp, and it's in Norwegian, so it's not in English, but I can press like here, and it shows me a little bit more of what each of these tickers are doing business wise. And if you pull them up, like I said, it stopped working, so now they're probably not going to be similar, but somewhat similar, right? Yeah, maybe not AMKR, but the other three was similar enough, just to spot like themes and charts. So yeah, a lot of cool things I think that is possible now with AI, if you just spend some time on it and have some ideas. But yeah, that's Link. I think I will jump over to this mode now, and probably gonna leave Link alone for a bit. But it's gonna be a project that I'm gonna focus on for a long time, probably, to get it as efficient as I possibly can. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have any questions about any of the stuff that I've gone through now, or just some stocks. In general, I think right now my thinking is I'm gonna be careful. I don't want to take on a lot of risk here. I think it can go either way. Not a genius statement, but I think it can go either way on the next week. I will not be surprised at all if we get a bounce back up again towards this. But I think the sideways move will last longer. I doubt that we will break out from here right now, but it can happen. But if you just look at the last moves, it's like down, touching the line, up, touching the line, down, getting close, up. And then hopefully you can, tighten up and then you get a breakout eventually. But I don't think we are there yet. But that doesn't mean you can't make money within the base. Like I just had a good week, but you at the same time you should probably have the mindset to be more careful and also take profits a bit quicker, perhaps, than what you are usually doing. So on FCEL, for example, I took something off the same day. Let's check crypto, because I have to say, I think crypto has been underperforming like crazy. Oh, sorry, Value. I didn't see your comment. That AI looked really good. Gotta go. We'll catch you guys later. Okay, thanks, Value. Just ask me in Discord or whatever if you have some questions about my link. I will answer you. But Bitcoin, like crypto, I have to say, I think crypto has been very bad. Looks ugly, right? But at the same time, it refuses to go much below this line that I just put on. And I'm starting to think that is interesting to monitor things a little bit here, because all of a sudden you start to get a move back up and down. Like everyone thinks it's shit right now, but it has come back a little bit. So right now probably not much to do. I saw some people were talking about some, was it this one? What do you think? I have stopped drawing these bottom lines. They don't give me much. Just the top lines I usually draw. Not gonna lie, like this looks ready. What is this? Hype. This one. Oh, I have them already. I didn't see that. Oh, true. This is the one that have performed different than the others. I have noticed that. But what do you guys think here? Doesn't look too bad. Look at this tight day also. Oh no, sorry, because of course I'm so stupid. Like this is today, because they are open on Saturday, right? So this day is not finished, which is why it is tight. But it has some volume though. That is also interesting. It does have some volume today. I'm sure if you compare it to other weekends, look here. Last Saturday, 27 in our volume, and right now it is at 100 already. Other Saturday, 43, 47, 40. There's some momentum here. I have seen some people talk about it. Gonna be interesting. Is it an ETF you can do? What is it? Hyper liquid tether. Hyper Yeah, I don't know. THYP was, yeah, that is the one. This is like the ETF for it. Sure. Is this like a micro strategy for? I have no idea about all this stuff. What is this? It's a holding and operating company which engages in business of crypto asset management. The firm operates as a digital asset treasury company which focuses on the hyperliquid ecosystem. The company was founded in 2nd of July and is headquartered in New York. Well, I guess it is kind of like what MicroStrategy is doing then. And then you have Bitwise followed with the Bitwise ETF BHYP. Okay. I will monitor these because I think this one looks good. The only one that looks good. But I need to, I have no idea about what any of this is, so I need to check it more. Probably not gonna do anything about it, you know. But yeah, I think I don't have, if there's no more questions, I don't have anything more. So I think I'm gonna end the stream for today now. And if you want to ask in the Discord, just find me there and ask, and I'll try to answer. The plan for the week is, like I said, to be a bit careful, to see what's going on with the QQQ, and maybe hope that you know, things will look a bit better and that I will find more setups. Right now, I struggle to find quality setups, but I do have a few. And I think the main focus will be the top three here. Open, RXT, I will even put like this. Open, NUAI, RXT, and the rest ones, yeah, let's see. They can turn more interesting throughout the day. But usually I take stuff in the beginning of the day, you know, so the top three stocks here are probably the one I'm going to focus the most on. So yeah, that's my thinking for the week, the coming week. Norway plays Brazil on tomorrow. I'm going out to watch it, and it will be chaos when we win, because we're going to beat Brazil. And then we're probably going to have England, which I'm sure we're going to beat. And then we are in the semi-final, which will be good. And I hope that USA and Dane will also get to the semi-final on the other side. So we can meet either in the final or in the bronze final. That's what I hope for the World Cup. I actually tried to look for some tickets, but the prices are insane. But there are so much good video of how it is over there right now. So it's something I would love to participate in. But I have to participate. It's crazy scenes here in the cities too. So the entire country is behind the team, you know. So yeah, my prediction is like 1-1 against Brazil. Extra time, we will win. And then the next is the quarterfinal. Where we will smash England. That's my prediction. So enjoy the weekend, everyone, and enjoy the coming week. And I hope everyone will have a good week also with the stocks. And if you have any questions about the process or the AI or whatever, just ask me in the Discord or even in the comment section here. All right. See you then. Bye bye.